Hello folks, this is River Smith from Liberation Brew here in the war zone in Middle America. And right now I have a very special guest who just happens to be one of the people running for president this year. Hello.
Thank you very much, reporter. My name is Michele Bachmann, and I'm trying to get the word out how we're going to clean up America, you know, with your family values. And my husband will be head of the, clean up the gay to cure gayness. You know, it's going to be the biggest cureness in medical science since, athletes.
Well, that's certainly an amazing notion that you'd actually have your husband in charge of this very important department.
Well, he worked for many years, as volunteer. He's the only man in this field, and he will cure the gayness and bring America back to the good old days when we didn't have such a plague in America.
Okay. Now, what's your plan in relation to the poverty and the joblessness in the country?
Well, I think American people got lazy. We gave them opportunity, but they just want to be spendthrifts, and we're going to have to start tightening our budget, and everybody's going to have to start working longer to pay off the debt, reporter.
Yeah, I heard it mentioned somewhere that you were planning on, you were going to ask every citizen to work an extra hour.
Yes. Well,
and give that money to the corporations so that they could hand it out. Is that?
Well, there's what you call the great emancipator, Ronald Reagan. It was his theory, the trickle-down theory. But I'm putting where the trickle-down theory, where extra trickles will come down on the people, so you get double of your trickle or the trickle of the dollar.
Oh. I see. What about your foreign policy?
My foreign policy is we have to do what we did at Sand Creek. It didn't happen, and it was a figmentation of the liberal media at the time. And we're going to have to take what's ours, and basically, it is ours.
Well, now I'm sure some of our viewers out there aren't familiar with Sand Creek. Could you tell us something about that?
Well, Sand Creek is when the Sioux started dancing, and no, that was another story, but it's all the same. They were dancing like them ghost dancers on our land and on our dime, and the soldiers had to protect Americans because they were going to start dancing like that rock and roll back in the 50s that destroyed America.
Okay. Any other plans with foreign policy or other areas?
Well, we have a big plan. We're going to start the Ronald Reagan cheese program as soon as I'm elected, and everybody can start their own cheese sandwich business, and that would help spur economic growth in white bread, mayonnaise, and then maybe you'll spin off to soft drinks like Coke and Sprite.
Okay. Now, there have been some talk that you have been a little loose with history. You made some comments about the founding fathers and slavery, and Paul Revere. I don't know, doing something strange. What was that?
Well, I was taken out of context, but during slavery, they had more family values, and the system of slavery kept the black family together. And then when LBJ came around and started dishing out money, and then the whole thing fell apart, and everybody got a couple bucks in their pocket, and then they got, sailor drunk. That's what we call it in Minnesota.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to leave with the American public before you go?
Yes. Me and my husband will straighten up America. This Obama and his death panels has gone too far. Our credit rating is low. And I don't blame all the American people, but I blame all the American people. Because, under Ronald Reagan, you could store some of that cheese away, but no, you had to eat the cheese and make cheese sauce. And, and that's what brought the economy down to a tailspin like Cheetos.
Okay, well, I assume you'd like to tell the public to vote for you?
Yes, and please send checks to my husband. He's my campaign manager. And if you have anybody that's gay in your family, please, if you're on Medicaid, please contact my husband, 1-800-CURE-GAYNESS. And he will cure him, and Medicaid will be billed. But by that, we have to cut off Medicaid, reporter, because it's being spent on stuff like diabetes and all this frivolous. It's frivolous. But my husband, if we cure gayness, that could bring world peace and spur the economy, because nobody wants to invest in America when they know there's a bunch of fruity tooties running around, and now they want their rights. Now they want to get in this uniform to protect you. Now, you know, that's unacceptable, but my husband will take care of that problem.
Okay, well, thank you, Ms. Bachmann. And America, this is a sample of what you may get next year.
Yeah, thank you, America.